Hey, it's Bryan.
Hey, it's Barry.
Hey, welcome to the Collecti-Bros podcast. This is a video game collecting podcast that focuses on the collecting side of things, and we also play our games. Today you've joined us for another off episode. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that I picked because I thought it would be interesting to challenge yourselves.
Fuck you, Bryan.
Yeah, this one actually was a little hard. But hey, it's good to kind of challenge your own thoughts and perspectives on things, and this is what we're doing. We're picking a game and you're going to defend it and, I guess speak kindly of it is a thing. But yeah, this will be a fun one. If you guys think
You specifically said a game from a failed game series.
I did, yes.
I want to point that out because my game doesn't suck.
Yes, it does not. No, that's the thing. It's such a... I don't think my games suck either. There's things about them that certainly do, but yeah, we'll get into that. If you guys think that sounds interesting, be sure to check out our other episodes on the podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts and also on YouTube. Also, feel free to check out the Discord. The invite to that is currently on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, show us your game hauls, talk shop, all that business. But hey, something else we do here, we actually buy games and play them. So I think that's what we always cover first in these off episodes.
I don't know about buying lately.
Yeah, most of the time we do. It's been interesting. We both had kind of weird starts of 2026, but hey man, I picked up a couple things. I'm sure you picked up something, right?
No.
No onesies or twosies, nothing? No pre-orders for any games coming up?
No.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, it has been slow, admittedly, even on my end as well.
My income is very thin.
Yeah. I feel that. I've got thankfully, Mox is off his $500 freaking medicine for the time being. It's please work, knock on wood. I don't care. I need that. That would help so much. But it's been tough. It's been an interesting start to the year. The only thing that I've really picked up, because it was so cheap and I was like, oh, cool, I'm buying this series, right? Is they had Super Robot Wars 3 for the PlayStation. It's also on Super Famicom, and I guess the PlayStation version is supposed to have just horrendous load times, and there's nothing different about the PlayStation version than the Super Famicom version too, but the price was right. It was super cheap. It was way under than even what it is on eBay, so I grabbed it. I've been grabbing those just because Gundams or Ultramans in them, and some of them have Kamen Rider and stuff. I'm a fan of that kind of stuff, so I mean, if the price is right, I'm going to grab it if he's on there. I haven't really played him because my Japanese isn't great, but I'm sure there's emulation patches and stuff out there. It's a series I do want to check out because when it comes to the turn-based stuff, I prefer the tactical turn-based, and this looks right up my alley. I mean, it's got robots. It looks fun. The animation looks really cool. It's got the kind of, I don't want to say chibi, but what do they call it? SD style. I think it's cool. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I grew up on when I'd go to Godzilla shows with my dad. It would be all right, get the SD stuff because it's cheap and that's what I can buy for you guys because I want to buy a bunch of cool shit when I go.
Yeah, I recently learned what, is it Son Godzilla is?
The Son of Godzilla?
No. There's mini Godzilla, there's baby Godzilla, and there's a weird fucked up one.
Is it the, hang on, I think I know what you're talking about. He has a name.
He looks like a joke.
Yeah. And his mom has an apron. What's his name? Fuck.
Isn't it Son Godzilla?
Well, that's the thing now. Everyone calls Minya Son of Godzilla. It's something like that.
Manila, right?
Minya.
Manila.
Again, we've been over my Japanese. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
This guy.
Oh my god.
On the screen.
Manila. Yeah, I learned what he was recently. So.
Yeah. Blast. Monster Island is such a goofy film. It's cool because before we had Final Wars, that was the Godzilla movie that had all the monsters in it. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be killer," and that thing shows up and starts pulling. He can't. This is totally off topic, but it's hilarious. There's a scene where he infamously can't be tough, and Godzilla tries to toughen him up. He can't shoot fire breath, so Godzilla stomps on his tail to make him shoot fire breath, but he blows smoke rings instead of It's so ridiculous. It's so funny. That movie sucks so bad, but we all love it because it was the one with the most monsters in it. It was Monster Island. So you had new monsters show up. You had the spider things. You had the giant praying mantis. It was the all-star ensemble, but then there's just what the fuck is this thing? And the plot's nonsensical like most 60s Godzilla movies, but it's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I picked Super Robot 3 up just to get back on track here, but The only other thing I picked up was Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, which was an exclusive for the original Xbox. One of my collecting goals this year was to kind of start dwindling down the original Xbox library, and this is an exclusive I didn't have.
I think that's one of the few ones I have.
Yeah, I've heard it's decent. It's like a hack and slash Dungeons and Dragons game. The characters are all pre-built and everything, but having an original Xbox exclusive game like with a big franchise like D&D is pretty cool.
It probably plays like ass.
Probably now.
I'm looking at it now, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of footage, and I was like, we'll see. But, hey, I need that original Xbox library. I do dig D&D. But an exclusive, too. Like, I don't hear a ton of people talk about this one. It's actually more expensive than I thought it was. It was like $15, which is crazy for an original Xbox game. But, it's an exclusive, so I'm not mad. And like I said, I'm really trying to work down that original Xbox library, specifically the exclusives. But it's just slim pickings around here. Like every time I go to a store around here, it's like, oh, there's the same games that were there last week. Nobody's bringing in original Xbox crap, So it's tough. We'll see how far I get by the end of the year. But this was a good pickup for me. Like I'm happy to get it. One off the list, an exclusive off the list. I ain't mad.
It's like one of those. I don't even care to go to the game stores anymore because I know when I go to them, it's just going to be a dog shit selection every fucking time.
I would love to argue against you,
every time. It's awful.
I live really close to one. And I'm just like,
every time we go into that one, I'm like, if this is buns, shit. This is straight up cheeks. Like,
yep. It's tough.
There's nothing in there.
It ain't what it used to be. That's for goddamn sure.
I went in there the other day and I ended up coming out with DVDs.
DVDs?
Yes.
Holy shit. Damn.
Do I remember what they were? No. One of them was, I went in there to find Grease. That's what. Walked out with a couple on
it. Like the original?
Yeah.
I'm probably sure he doesn't have it. She loves that movie.
Never seen it before until recently.
Not my favorite, but yeah.
It's goofy. It's goofy.
It's
a goofy movie.
It is. But man, it's slim pickings around here, and I feel like they like move their inventory around. They have like no Xbox One shit. 360 section is still pretty big, but I don't know, man. It's slim pickings around here.
It's not great.
No, and that's also contributing to lack of pickups. I'll just be transparent. Like, yeah, I don't have shit for money right now, but that ain't helping. Like,
I bought a Gundam.
Hey, there you go. Which one do you? Oh yeah, it's got the one Hobby Lobby.
F91.
Yeah. That thing's sick. I got that third-party Godzilla Nightmare kit.
You're never gonna build it.
It'll be a while.
You're never gonna
build
build
box
it.
Eventually.
It's gonna sit in the tower in your bathroom. Insert picture of Bryan's bathroom Gundam tower here, please. It's
don't
so
forget about
much.
The closet Gundam tower too. Yeah. It's more of a.
Is it just the master grades in the bathroom? Or do we put master grades in
most
there?
master grades are in the closet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's all the just shit I have to chew through.
That's true. I packed that closet.
Yeah, you did great. Looks like a.
And they'll never see light of day.
No, there's a light in there. But hey, how about playing? What you been playing?
Well, I picked up.
Oh, you did pick. Oh.
I didn't buy anything. I didn't pre-order anything, but I got a pre-order. It was the Expedition 33 Monolith Edition.
Ooh, nice.
Which I didn't realize it wasn't just a statue. Like, when I bought it, I just bought it. I didn't look at any of the shit that was inside of it. I won't even lie to you. So when I got it, I was like, damn, this statue feels fucking heavy. And I flipped under it, and I was like, what's this? What is this thing under here? And I'm like, is this a music box? And it was.
So fucking cool.
It's a music box, which is kind of cool. It didn't really come in with anything except that and a steel book, so.
It's good enough for me.
Sweet box. Playing, I have... Okay, so I have played since the last episode. Oh, wow, I've played a lot since the last episode. Has it really been... I guess it has been a month, huh?
Is this the first off episode of the year?
I think so.
Man, time's all fucked up. Fuck 2026 so far.
Oh, I think it has been because we did 2 Is It Worth It? And then wrap up, and then... I can't even fucking remember. But regardless, since the last time, I do remember talking about Ghost of Yotei.
Yes.
I have since then completed that game. I have played and beat Rogue Galaxy on the PS2.
That's right.
I have played and beat Ale and Tale Tavern on the PC. And I'm currently playing Greedfall.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's what's going on. Rogue Galaxy, I liked it. It was one of those, like, PlayStation 2 games where I'm like, I need to start dwindling down my backlog. Mm-hmm. So I picked Rogue Galaxy, because it was one that I've been staring at for a long time, and I was like, I don't really have an excuse of why I shouldn't play this right now. I really liked it. I liked it a lot better than the internet likes it. So it would be a game I would recommend. I think the combat is interesting. The weapon system where you have to like use weapons to level them up in order to fuse them to like get new ones is interesting too. But it does kind of get defeated when you fuse the best weapon in the game at level 40, and then you just like there's no reason to do any other ones because nothing comes close to like the level that it's at. I'm like, all right, it's fine. So it did end up being a grind chore just to do weapon leveling. Like I've never rubber banded my controller until this game. So that was a game I would recommend. Ale and Tail Tavern was one I picked up on the PC that I was like, oh, let me play this one. I don't remember. I try to get like variety. Like after I finish a game, I try to play something that's like completely different.
Smart. Just
so I don't get burnt out on like a genre. So I went from like open world action to what I thought was turn-based, but Rogue Galaxy is not turn-based. It's kind of like a hack and slash with like a pause and you can use abilities. And then I went from that to resource management, like crafting. And I played that game pretty much in like 2 days.
Damn.
So it was jank, but it was enjoyable jank. I like that game. And then now I'm back on the action adventure RPG, but Greedfall's not really open world, but it's like a zone game, right? So there's a overworld map, and you have specific areas you go to, and inside of those you'll have smaller zones, and then you can travel in between the zones, but the map isn't like super big. Mm-hmm. So, and then they mask the loading times from one zone to the other is like you're camping in between one zone and the other, so you can like talk to your companions or sell some shit to a traveling trader, and like inside of that is where the level loads. And it'll tell you too, like ready to continue, parentheses, level loaded.
Nice.
So I like this game. The story is interesting. The world is interesting. In a sense, though, it makes me feel weird playing like a very pro-colonial game, especially made by the French.
I didn't realize it was made by a French company.
It was made by a French company, and you're essentially playing a colonizer going over to an island trying to like... I don't know. It's interesting because it's a game that's supposed to be like about choice, where you're like, oh, there's open-ended like how you can handle things. It's really not. It's very like railroady. So there's very few options in this game that give you like actual choices that matter. So like the first time I went to like what they would consider the religious nation, it's very Catholic coded. They're literally, the first time you go into the city, you walk in and they're burning at the stake one of the natives' like sacred creatures, like sacred monsters.
It's like a welcome.
It's tied to a stake and is on fire. And they're basically talking about how it's a demon and it needs to be cleansed and blah, blah, blah. And so this Inquisitor guy, you have the option to like agree that you see the Saint Matthias or whatever his fucking name is as like the one true God, or you don't believe it. And depending on what companion you have, they might chide in or whatever. So I was like, I'm just going to say I don't. So he tries to fight me. So we're fighting in the square and I whoop his ass and he's like, I won't remember this, and flees. And then it goes up to the Mother Cardinal and she's like, well, I heard about the fight you had. Sorry, he's a little zealous. And I'm like, that had no detriment to like anything. So it's interesting because then also there's a portion later where you can choose to like warn her that a native tribe is going to be attacking, or you can have the native tribe get reinforcements. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go get the reinforcements and then fight with them. But then after that whole ordeal, like it doesn't, it like, there's like a reputation system where depending on what you do, it can go up or down. And it went down a little bit, but it's so irrelevant that it didn't, like I can still go to the city and I can still do the quests and like they're still fine with me. It's not like I go into the city and they attack me on sight. Betrayed them. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but even then in like all of the stuff that you're doing to like help the native people, it's still very coded as like white colonial, we're here to stay and like you guys better get the fuck over it kind of deal.
Is it in like our world or is it like a different alternate reality?
It's a different continent. Like all of the stuff is it's our world with different names. Gotcha. That's all it is. Like it's literally the French and the Spanish. I would say the French would be the merchant guild that you're playing, that you're the main character in. He's also apparently, or she, depending on whichever one, the main character is apparently a native, sort of, but doesn't know the connection. There's not really a backstory there. You're just marked, and being marked is a big thing with their like culture, whatever.
Some Assassin's Creed 3 shit going on.
Yeah, pretty much. So you're French, and then I would say the religious nation is very like Spanish coded. Because their inquisitors and everything look just like the fucking little Spaniard conquistadors.
Fuckers had the drip though.
And then the other one is very like Middle East coded. So they're called the Bridge Alliance, but they have like turbans and like all kind, like their city is very like Middle Eastern style like architecture. And then you have the fucking island natives. So it's just Europeans invading America again. That's all it is. But the voice acting is fucking awful for the natives. They gave them like Norse like accents. It's awful. It's terrible. But anyways, I'm liking the game. I know it's a jank game, which is fine. Like it's made by Spiders, who they made Technomancer, which I really like that game, and it was straight up jank. So
it's like Eurojank, man. I love Eurojank. I'm not afraid to say it.
But I said that this game literally would have been Avowed if they had AAA money. Like this was Avowed before Avowed came out. Like all the beats that Avowed hit is what this game's hitting. They just don't have the budget. So they're apparently making a prequel where you play as the natives, and I'm like, how are the French gonna fucking make this? But okay. Interesting. I like it, but it also makes me feel weird playing it. So just grain of salt, I suppose.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
I've actually been playing a lot too. I'll just pick a couple because I'm in the conundrum right now where Resident Evil comes out in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I don't want to start anything long. I don't want to start anything where I have to like learn new mechanics or learn new systems. Like I just want to play some shit. So I looked at my backlog and I was like, what can I play? Obviously, first talked about last episode. I'm playing Expedition 33. I'm beating it, and I did. And I'm not gonna sit here and glaze this game too much. We've already been over how much we both love this fucking game, but honestly, even kind of exceeded my expectations overall after beating it. I'll stay spoiler free too, so if you haven't played it yet, without saying too much. But like every theory you have going in, it kind of gets you get pied in the face and you feel like a fucking idiot. Maybe I'm stupid. There were some things where I'm like, oh, I think it's this, and if you're curious what that is, look in the Discord, it's in there. But it's kind of right, but kind of wrong. Like every conceived notion you have, it's going to turn that on your head and be like, nope, keep playing and figure it out. And what a rewarding like narrative, right? Instead of just being like, I know exactly what's going to happen. What's the payoff? And even then when you do complete the game, like it leaves you with a decision that neither one of them feels like the right decision. And I sat there and put my controller down and I was like, okay, do I call Barry back? Yeah, what the fuck do I do? Or do I just pick what I feel like right for my character, not necessarily for me? And that's kind of what I did. And it's not a happy ending. I'll say that both endings are not happy at all. Even the quote good ending, happy ending is not.
They're not. People argue which one's good. There's no good.
There is no good ending.
There's no good ending. They're all bad.
I feel like I don't want to say it though, but it's a very difficult decision. And then I am glad I made the decision I made. It's so hard to do without spoiling shit too. But yeah, what a great game, man. Every character is amazing. Like the fact that it keeps throwing new mechanics and ideas at you, like I could literally spend the rest of this fucking podcast glazing this fucking game, but I won't. You know, we've got to talk about some other shit, but I really wish I could have, I would have known I would have loved this game as much as I did, because I would have loved to got one of those monolith editions too, but here I am. Don't be me. But yeah, it's great. I mean, it's easy.
And this is why you listen to me early instead of waiting for fucking 10 months.
Hey, this game's easily creeped into my top 5 though. I was trying to think like what number, but I'm like, I don't know if it's quite top 3, but top 5, no questions asked. Like this game is.
That's what I decided. Where I was like, I don't really know like what I would be bumping out, like up or down.
Right.
But it's in there somewhere, and I haven't settled.
And that's the thing too. Like I really try to avoid recency bias. So like maybe give it some time, maybe play it again. Because I immediately my first thought after beating it was like, I want to play it again, knowing what I know now. There's some things that you encounter in the game that's drastically altered my like, oh shit, this is this now that I know what this is. Mm-hmm. So it's when I do want to eventually get the 100 on. There's some shit I know it's gonna be super difficult. I'll probably lose all my hair in the process. But man, what a game! Like so fucking good. Like it's an easy, legitimate 10 out of 10. It's not gonna be in our episode today. It's for goddamn sure. But that was the first one. I wanted to finish that. That was like my number one priority as far as playing games, and it was a success. So then I chose something that was like, let me like kind of go to the other end of the spectrum and chase that high of Power Wash Simulator. Like I've been looking for something where I can just turn on, set the brain to neutral, play it. And I saw they had like Spray Paint Simulator on Game Pass. I have a buddy that played it, and I was like, hey, is this any good? And he's like, be honest, no, it's not great. He's like, it kind of feels the need of like just set the brain to neutral. But they've actually done a lot of updates to it since he played it. Because when he played it, there's only like 7 levels. And he was like, yo, this is like a quick breeze. You'll get it done in 10 hours. I was like, that sounds shitty. It's not what I want. Like, I'm not saying I need 200 hours like Power Wash, but, you know, give me something. But they added like, they're up to 9 levels now. And they did this really cool thing where there's things about it I like. So it's basically the antithesis of Power Wash. Instead of like cleaning the area, you're obviously making it colorful. So I don't want to say you're making it dirty, but it's kind of flipping the script, right? The cool thing is with this game is like you need to actually sit there and plan, because you have to buy your paint. You don't just get unlimited paint like you get unlimited water and Power Wash. So like different colors are different prices. You have to get masking tape. You have to get like the paper you set down so you don't spray paint all the other, like the first level's a car, right? Mm-hmm. So the guy's like, don't get in on the driveway. It's a brand new driveway. So you have to like put tape down on the driveway to make sure you don't spray the driveway, or else you lose money in the job, which is kind of cool. The only problem with that is I think it's a great idea to make it feel more like a business, because it is like a business simulator, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is once you beat the second level, you have so much fucking money, it doesn't matter. Like I think it was the second to last level is a giant robot. Like spoiler, it's like it looks like a Gigantor, like Touchdown 28. He requires 188 pieces of tape and paper because he's so big. And I was like, oh god, that's a lot of. Oh wait, never mind. I have millions of dollars. Like this doesn't matter. This is inconsequential to me. So I think it was a good idea, just not necessarily implemented well. And it's not like there's a difficulty. Like you spray paint shit. There's no. Mm-hmm. It's not like hard mode makes the paint go away faster. No. So I think it was a good idea that's not executed. The other thing I do like is the idea of there's certain levels where the one I can think of is there's a dragon. They make like a dragon sculpture, and she's like, paint it for the kids in the park, so you can paint it however the fuck you want. As long as it's completely covered in paint, I don't care what color it is. So that's kind of fun. You can go and like choose your colors and make it look crazy. I just did all red because fuck it, it's a dragon, like whatever. But there's ideas about it that are cool. You can tell the budget's like low, like developed on an Android tablet. Not quite that bad, but I mean, if you're into these kind of games, it's really quick. I get the whole thing done in about 10 hours. So like check it out. If it doesn't keep your interest, you know, you can play something else. It's mediocre, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with that, but it did not fill that void of power washing. Like I'm ready for this Power Wash 2 DLC so bad, but good brain neutral game. And then lastly, I was looking at my backlog and I was like, what can I play that's not super long, I don't have to learn? And I decided to do the Indiana Jones DLC because I loved the first game and it was great. I don't want to sound negative right off the bat, but the story did not hook me like the main game did. I thought the main game's narrative was so much more interesting. This does kind of feel like a continuation, but very tacked on.
Is it like an epilogue?
You would think. That's what they even set it up at the end of the main game. Remember when you find like the shit, you think it's going to be like an epilogue.
I don't remember what happened at the end other than that fucking shit boss fight, dude.
But like, you think they're gonna like set this thing up to be an epilogue, but basically it's like, oh, we found out there's more giants, and one of them happened to be a gladiator and kicked ass in the ring, and you have to end up fighting him in the Coliseum to end it, and it just ends. What's
the archaeology part?
You have to find like the first Crusader's helmet, because it turns out this gladiator was like the first Crusader they sent to go, because he's a fucking giant. Of course he's gonna kill everybody. But like, you end up fighting him, which was kind of weird. Like, Indiana Jones doesn't seem like, all right, let me fight this giant gladiator, you know, like you have to outsmart him, but you literally just throw spears at him until his armor gets weak, and then you whip it off with it's a pretty bad boss fight.
Damn.
One of the issues with the game was the boss fights. This doesn't help its cause.
So the last boss fight was utter bullshit, but then this one they just made it completely broken.
He will fuck you up. Like, he touches you once or twice, you're dead. I will say that. But
that's kind of how the last one was too.
That's the thing. Like, you usually play this DLC after you beat the game, so you already have like your stats maxed and shit. Mm-hmm. You get so much sprint. Just fucking run from them. Like, it's not. Sherry was cracking up. She was watching me because I was just like throwing 2 spears and just sprinting across the arena, grabbing 2 more, chucking them.
That's what I had to do in the other fight. I had to run, and then like it was fucking touch and go constantly.
Right.
I hate that.
You know what I mean? It's not fun at all. But like, I don't know. The story didn't grab me this time. I will say somewhere where they did improve. Puzzles were fucking great this time, and they were fucking hard. Like, the first one I got, and then the second one I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like, there's 3 major puzzles. 2 of them were really good. Even the first one wasn't hard, but it was really good. Another one of the puzzles, it was kind of easy, but it just makes you pay attention to like the narrative. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, the puzzles were great. I think it's worth a play if you like the game. I just don't think it's as quality as
Is it free DLC?
The main game. It is not. It was $15, I think. I got it on sale, I think.
$15?
Full price, I think it's that
Jesus.
Price. I got it on sale for like $8 or something. At that price, all day, it's worth it. But yeah, it was quick. I think I did everything.
That does not sound like a $15 experience.
It wasn't. No. It's not bad, but it just...
All right, well, maybe wait for them to release it as a bundle.
If they do. It's Bethesda. They ain't gonna do that shit. They're like, the Horse Armor innovators, bro. They're gonna be like, you paying for that shit.
I mean, but that's what they've done with Elder Scrolls and...
That's true. They might. There's
Fallout.
Hope. There's hope.
Ultimate editions and whatever editions. They always bundle them together.
I don't remember if we're getting a second DLC or not for this. I don't remember if it's been confirmed or not, but... I mean, it's worth a play just because it's more Indiana Jones, but... I didn't love it. I loved the original game. I don't want to say I felt empty playing this, but it was kind of like I've got to kill 10 hours before Resident Evil comes out kind of deal. And it very much matched that. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the original game. Like, the quality was not there for sure. The voice acting is still great. The cinematics are interesting. Some of the characters are fun, but there's a parrot that's really cool. And he like talks and gives you hints and shit. And he like ends up writing out his boss, who's the bad guy. Like, it was fun. The parrot was fun. It still has like the charm. It just doesn't have the heart, I guess. Like, it just feels like it's very tacked on. Like, they're like, oh, let's just tie this in with giants somehow, and I don't care. Once the credits roll, it's a little like it's done, and there's no what an adventure, guys. Like, what's Indy gonna be to next? There's none of that. It just ends, and it's like, all right, go get the collectibles you missed, and then 100% it, and then what? You know, there's no end game. Yeah, but I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I was slightly disappointed for sure. It sucks because the original game was one of my favorite games that came out that year. Just didn't hit. Kind of like our games today in today's episode. Look at that.
No, keep talking about anything else. Keep talking about anything else.
Anything else? I don't have anything else to talk about.
Fuck.
I'm pretty lame. But yeah, the main reason why I picked this episode and this topic, which was to pick a game in a series and defend it, is because...
You wanted to fuck with Barry.
No, I wanted it to be challenging, though. My biggest thing was, like,
you wanted to hear me moan and groan.
Obviously, like, Mass Effect 3 is going to get brought up, right? And I think we both love Mass Effect. I think we both feel a certain way. It's not a secret how we feel about the ending, right? But my thing is, like, challenge yourself, challenge your own convictions and thoughts on it. I thought it would be challenging. Like, I thought it'd be fun. Like, sometimes it's cool just to hang and record, and sometimes I'm like, let me itch my brain. My stupid worm brain needs to grow sometimes.
Here's why I think this is challenging. I don't play bad games. That's it. I have good taste.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. The 2 games I picked, I
have played that I can recall in the past. year a bad game, and I could not sit here and defend it. I could not.
It's tough, man.
It was that Guardians of the Galaxy game.
See,
it was such dog shit, dude.
I like that game.
It was fucking terrible.
That's what makes this interesting too, right? Like I think it's genuine consensus that we already know Mass Effect 3 is gonna be on here. That the game's dog shit because the ending sucks, but like.
Yeah, I tried to pick something that we haven't talked about in the past though.
It's hard.
Like, do you know how bad I could just sit here and talk about Two Worlds?
Yeah.
But like I'm like we've already or Kaya, but I'm like there's so many other games that we've already talked about on this podcast, and I'm like I'm not gonna just talk about the same shit again.
Yeah, this was a challenging one, but I mean sometimes I feel like I need that, you know, keep it interesting, make my brain crawl.
But didn't we have a whole huge chunk of Mass Effect 3 somewhere?
I'm sure we have.
We're coming up on 100 episodes.
Yeah,
I think we're going to hit it this year.
You guys might hear us repeat ourselves sometimes when we do this for a little while. We've been doing it for a couple of years now, so.
A little couple years. Mass Effect is one that I'm like, we've talked that one to death. I was trying to avoid it. It's like, that's the obvious.
Yeah.
The obvious go-to.
It doesn't help. It's like both of our, you know, some of our favorite games series of all time, too. So, like, it's going to get brought up a lot. Like, I'm going to go as Mass Effect till I die, bro. I'll be in the grave and be like, Liara's the right choice. Dead. Tally's the right choice.
Yeah, there was some where I was sitting there staring at my wall being like, I haven't even played half of these games, so I can't even, you know, like, if the question is pick a game in a failed game series, fucking pick anything on the PS2.
Yeah.
Right? But I was like, I haven't played these to, like, really talk about the game.
And then I think there's some that, like, I really can't defend so well.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Or I was even looking and I'm like, okay, well, Dragon Age is fucking dead, right? It's done and dead. But like, I can't sit here on this podcast and be like, you guys should play Dragon Age because everybody knows Dragon Age is a good game. I can't even defend that. That would be like defend Dragon Age Inquisition. I can't. I can, or not Inquisition. I'm sorry, Veilguard.
Yeah.
Veilguard.
Inquisition. I liked Inquisition.
I can't defend Veilguard.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. No, this was a tough one, and yeah, Mass Effect 3 is the low hanging fruit, but I would argue that if you cut out the ending and you just focus on the actual game itself,
Nope.
It's a good game.
Nope.
Yep.
Because they took your love interest and made it some fucking side conversation. All that work you put into somebody in the second game, it's just a side conversation on some fucking planet.
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
One of them even dies.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I absolutely adore Mass Effect 3 and it's the best game in the trilogy and you should defend it and there's no flaws.
I'm going to counter every point you have.
I mean, you can, honestly. And that's what makes this kind of interesting, right? Like, there's definitely flaws with Mass Effect 3. And then, like, for me to sit here and say, like, oh, there's things about the combat I really like that are, the combat's, arguably better. Sure, it's more advanced, it's more modern, but is it better?
I mean, the combat's the same as Mass Effect 2, to be honest.
They added a roll, bro. Like, that's...
A roll,
we're going to sit here and glaze a roll? No. And fight me, I fucking like throwing grenades with the back button in the first game. I think that's the best. But I will say, like, even the combat itself...
See, here's the thing. Mass Effect Andromeda should have been the game you picked.
Ooh, yeah, Andromeda is
You should have picked Andromeda.
I can say I've been...
Because that's actually a good game. But people, like, talk bad shit about that game.
It's kind of like the inverse of this game, because I don't think there's horrible story points in 3. It's the ending that, like, ruins... your whole journey is the biggest problem with 3.
It ruined 12 years of trust.
Right. And then how many hundreds of hours? And how many choices that you made? Like, people forget, too, when the game first launched, it didn't have the little slideshow epilogue. Mm-mm. It was literally the color, the credits roll.
Yep.
Like, that's what, I think it's funny to go back and look at it with, like,
because I remember
modern
playing...
eyes,
So I've only played that game twice.
Mm-hmm.
The first time when
honestly.
it came out, and I never touched it again. Because I was just so heartbroken. And then the Legendary edition came out with, like, the trilogy, and I played through all the games. So I played through 1, 2, and 3, and then I have never played a Renegade run all the way through, so I was like, I'm going to be a Renegade Shepherd this whole time. So I ran through the whole game, Renegade options at the end, and then got hit with this weird-ass vision cutscene thing, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is this? I didn't know they added it back in. I had no idea, because I'd always
the kid we were talking about.
The kid's Starlight thing.
Yeah, Star Kid, whatever.
Or whatever.
Star Child.
And then like you said, the slideshow epilogue of like what happened. We didn't get that when this game came out, and I've never seen that. I was like, what the fuck is all this? Yeah, nice. I've never seen it. Because after I played the first game, I said, fuck all this game. I'm never looking at this shit ever again.
Fair.
And I also didn't have friends to talk to, so like I had nobody to talk to about the game. So I just kind of put it inside of a little box in my mind and put it away.
Where it belongs.
Yes.
But no, man, I remember it's funny because I had a similar experience. Like, I did get spoiled when the game first came out, and it was like not 100%. Just like the ending's horrible. Like, prepare to be mad, and I was like, it can't be that bad. Beat the game, and I remember at the time I was working like 2 jobs, living in an apartment with Nate, and I could beat it. And I'm sitting there, and
Did you not play it when it came out?
I played it. Oh, I took time off to play it. Like, I powered through that game.
I was just curious on how you heard it from somebody else.
4 or 5 games, like internet. And then like 4 or 5 days I beat it, and I'm sitting there, and I remember picking the color and just being like, well, I picked the wrong ending. Let me load my save and try again. I picked a different one, and I was like,
it's the same thing but a different color.
Oh god, it was literally back then, color changes, light goes boom, credits roll, and like people were like, no, I'm like, no, don't defend that. It's impossible to defend the original ending. And here's the thing too, they added that extra stuff on after the backlash. And this wasn't like Xbox One, PS4 era where games get updated and they add shit constantly. This is PS3, 360 era. They didn't really add shit to games like that. Yeah, they had DLC.
No, you didn't have an update every other day.
Correct. You didn't have actual updates to games. Like, that shit was unheard of. Because even people were like, well, how the fuck? It's going to be pretty substantial. Are they going to add it like to a disc? Or how are they going to do this?
Because when this game came out, this was like 360 PS3 era where you didn't need to be connected to the internet to like load fucking games.
Yep.
That was it. Like, it was on the disc.
That's the thing. EA would never do that today. Like, they'd be like, it's going to cost us money? Fuck that. Like, they know they fucked up. Like, let's be blunt. They knew they did. But I remember when that update came out, I was like, all right, I got to see what they added because it's going to add closure. It's going to do all this. No, like, sitting here and say defend Mass Effect 3, I still hate the ending. Like, I will not defend the ending. I'll defend the gameplay and some of the mechanics, but I will not defend the ending. Like, I'm not going to be an apologist for this fucking ending. Like, I'm not.
I can't even defend the beginning.
I'm getting flustered, bro. I need water.
The beginning of the game is contingent on you playing the DLC of Mass Effect 2 that doesn't even exist anymore. It's unplayable.
Yep.
The entire story bounces on the fact that you were arrested for fucking genocide.
Yep.
And you can't even play that part anymore.
Nope. And there's a bunch of weird things with the...
Every choice of that game was dog shit.
What choice? It just leads you to the in or out to a color.
Every game development choice. Game development choice was dog shit.
No.
Because EA acquired it in the middle of Mass Effect 2. So we got to finish out Mass Effect 2 of like how we wanted, and then Mass Effect 3 was just EA.
Yep.
That was all fucking EA.
You can tell, like, even the mode I love, the tactile multiplayer, I'll defend the multiplayer. I thought it was great. I get why they didn't include it in the Legendary Edition, but, like, you can tell that's EA being like, we need multiplayer. Mm-hmm. I will say that I spent so much time playing that fucking multiplayer, like hundreds of hours, dude. I'm just ashamed.
All right, I'll pull back. You give your points of why you're defending this game.
I mean, the thing
you defend your game.
I can defend it a little bit. I think the give and take's fun too, though. The biggest thing for me, the combat upgrades, it does feel more modern. I will say that. Now, is that a better thing? That's, your flavor.
Does it feel more modern because it's upgraded or because it's a newer game?
That's the argument, right? Like, I do enjoy, I think that it's really, I forgot how punchy some of the weapons were in this one compared to like 2 and 1, but does it make the game any better? That's the kind of like give and take argument. I think it looks nicer for sure. Some of the particle effects are really cool off the guns, but
once again, it's because it's a newer game.
Correct. That's the problem. I feel like every argument with this game, it's like there's a give and there's a take.
I will say it is very rare. It's really impressive and rare that you got an entire trilogy on one console generation. Yeah. So the fact that they went from like when you play Mass Effect 1 and when you play Mass Effect 3, like the improvements with the same, because I mean at that time they had the beefier Xboxes that came out, but them being able to develop for that console better to be able to do those is impressive. Because like, when's the last time you had a fucking trilogy on the same console? They can't do that anymore because the development times are so long.
Right. I can't think of an example.
We got God of War, and then we got God of War 2, but it's on both.
Right.
It's at the end of the life cycle.
Yep.
So 12 years, right? Was it 12 years?
11 or 12, something like that. Yeah.
2007.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 2013.
Was it really?
My brain is thinking of Kingdom Hearts.
That would have been a good one. I'm making
Absolutely
Kingdom
not.
Hearts 3. Let me see when 3 came out. Release.
2013.
March 6, 2012.
Oh, 2012. Okay.
I mean, close enough. Whatever. But yeah, still
it came out right before I left for basic training. That's why.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was 2013 because that's when I came back. So it was either before or after.
But yeah, that's a good point. It doesn't happen anymore. There's things about the way they did that I truly love, but then there's things like
it's also was that crunch?
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, there's reports that 3 was crunched to shit, and it's like when you're playing the game, you notice. I think one of the criticisms is that some of the story points get like put aside just to kind of make you rush towards that final confrontation a little quick with Cerberus. And that's the thing too, like Cerberus was built up to be this big bad in Mass Effect 2.
What was it?
Cerberus.
No.
Cerberus.
Yep, try it one more time.
Some water. Cerberus is built up to be like this big bad in Mass Effect 2, and they're very much like a shadow organization, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to just blatantly display racism out in front of the whole fucking world. 3, it's almost laughable how like Boogeyman, like...
Well, it was cool in Mass Effect 1 when they, like, sprinkled in, like, Cerberus activity when you would have to go do, like, these side missions or you'd find some shit on some planets and there was, like, Cerberus agents there.
You knew they were around, but they weren't blatantly in your face.
And they sprinkled it in that they were, like, pro-human and that's why you were trying to go, like, take care of them.
Right.
And then having to fucking work for them in the second game was, like...
Mega twist.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
shit.
You know, like, cool tie-in.
Right.
Like, would make sense on why they're being introduced as a bigger organization now. Because, you know, Shepard died.
Right.
Like, Shepard died. They're not, like, the government is not going to pay for that. That's where the private organizations come in. That's where Cerberus comes in. So that tie-in was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then 3 happened.
There's so many goofy shit. Like, do you remember the big, like... Was that one of the DLCs where they had, like, the big skeleton thing that was, like, a human hybrid from Cerberus Project that was like a...
That was the end of Mass Effect 2.
It was 2? Okay, yeah.
The Reaper?
Yeah, that thing fucking sucked. I hated that thing. That was 2, wasn't it? God
yeah.
damn.
The Reaper was the human.
Yeah. I get why they were trying to do that. It's like every single encounter with 3 is like that boss fight where it's just like, are we jumping the shark? Are we going a little too crazy with Cerberus? But, I don't know, man. There is fun things like the build. I think the builds are really good in Mass Effect 3. Like if the biotic combat, if you can make your builds even more fit to your play style than previous Mass Effects. A lot of the older games, you had to kind of rely on your squad. Like if you knew, like if I was a soldier and I was like, oh, I have to rely on Liara for my biotics or Garrus for my, disruption for the shields and shit. 3 lets you play around a little more with some of the new abilities. So I think it's more balance as your own individual character instead of relying on the squad mates.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, you know? That's the whole point of, like, having a squad, of being like, I'm bringing the tech guy, and because, like, I need to get through the tech barrier, so I need that one. And, like, I'm playing the biotics, so I really need a punchy soldier to come with me. And, like, utilizing them on the field, like, tactically, because, like, you're commanding the unit. Like, you're the one, it's not like, what's that one... U.S. Army game where you have the units and you have to, like, tell them what to do.
Sounds like original Rainbow Six, kind of.
No, it was some bullshit game that the Army funded. We've talked about
America's
this.
Army.
Army. That one.
Hell yeah.
Where it's not like you're commanding, like, parts of the units to go in different areas. Like, you got a little... It's very streamlined where you have your button and you have your cooldown abilities and, like, when you should combo them. And it's very tactical in that sense of being rather than just a shooter. So, like, to take away... me needing to be strategic about who I'm bringing really kind of sucks.
There is, like, a counter for every argument. Let me go ahead and just emphasize that again. But I thought the biotics were really cool in 3. But again, you have so many of your squad mates, if they survive the suicide mission, that are biotic focused.
There's one thing I can defend in this, and it's...
I'm curious.
The party.
Oh, yeah. The Citadel DLC?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, dude, so good.
That's it.
That's the one DLC I was like, I would pay so much money for this because it's so fucking good. But, like, that's what, to me, it's like everyone automatically attacks the ending for this game, right? For me, like, you knew going in it was going to be, like, the conclusion to the story, right? So I was like, I want all these nice little bows. I'm like, Thane, I think that's one they did do a good job with. I don't know why I brought him up first, I guess because it was sad. But, like, his conclusion's great. But then also, it's like you said, your romance partner. Like, I get they're not going to be like, I can't stop you from saving the world. But, like, it's literally just like, give me a kiss, sugar. I'm going to go die. Like, that's it.
You get a couple conversations with, depending on who you pick. And vast majority of all of them, you get a couple conversations because they did the thing where they fucking swept the team again.
Yep.
They swept the team again. They did a Kaiden wasn't even in 2, right?
If you don't let him survive the Weimar encounter on the first game.
Yeah, but he doesn't join your team. Like, he's not part, because he's still part of the Alliance.
Correct.
So, like, what they did with Ashley and Kaiden, that's what they did in 3 with all the other fucking people, because they're like, these motherfuckers are Cerberus.
But you get James Vega instead.
You get James Vega because we're against Cerberus, who is a pro-human organization, but we're gonna sweep all them fucking aliens out of here and give you some more humans.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, there's things that they do that some are wrapped up, but that's the thing, like, just because, I feel like this character has a nice bow on it. What if you didn't play with that character at all?
You got 3. You got Garrus, Liara, and Tali.
That's the original.
That's it.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, that's still not the original squad.
And that's the thing, just because that's who I picked in my game. Mass Effect's such like a deeply personal game compared to like any other, pick a fucking RPG out there. Sure, people love Elder Scrolls and Fallout and shit, but I don't feel like they're as attached to these characters as they are in Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, I got fucked over in 3 easily.
That's the thing, because you spend so much time with them, and then a lot of people jumped on too, because like original Mass Effect was an Xbox exclusive. You know, it wasn't the 360, wasn't at its prowess yet. So like
it took a minute for the trilogy to come out on PS3.
Right, a lot of people jumped on it too. So like just to sit there and be like, oh, we'll pick these guys,
because we didn't, PlayStation players didn't have Mass Effect 1 until the 3 games came out, and then they got the trilogy package. Yep, it's the only way to play 1 on that console.
Yep. So like to sit there and be like, we're gonna pick these characters because they're from the first one.
Anyways, you're sounding very negative Nancy over here for the game you need to defend, Bryan. Let's get back to defending it.
Yeah, okay, so here's a good one. There's small things in this game that I wish the other ones would have done. There's a bunch of like little details in this game. For example, like when you're on the Normandy and the original game, it's like, oh, I need to go talk to Garrus. I know exactly where he's going to be. He's going to be calibrating the turrets. Like, he's there every time. 3, they move around and shit. It's a small little stupid detail, but it is that kind of like attention to detail that adds, it makes the world feel like much more alive and lived in. And it's not just on your ship. Like if you go to the like different places, if you go back to the Citadel or whatever, you'll find your teammates like out and about and around. That's really cool. Like,
I think if I'm hopping onto your parts that are good, the armor customization.
Oh yeah.
And the captain's quarters customization. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's like a fish tank and shit.
Yeah, dude.
So
I will argue that maybe the first game does the weapon customization, the armor a little better, but you know, but yeah.
I mean, I could pick what it looks like.
Right. Yeah. No, the fish.
Other than being stuck with this armor with this shitty ass olive camo print on it, dude.
Yes, or the hot pink. I do love the fish tank. The fish tank was badass, dude. Like that stupid shit like that's fun. But I also like when you do return the plants in places you've been to in the previous game. Like, yeah, it's everybody's affected by war, right? Like, there's so much little things. Like when you go back to the Citadel and there's like the refugee that can't get in, it makes it feel like this really is like a, I don't want to say global conflict. It's a galaxy conflict. And there's, you know, it's just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Like the galaxy's fucking big, bro. So a lot of the complaints I saw were people were like, oh, this war doesn't affect me. But like I was alive during Iraq and like, you know, we didn't get invaded here in the U.S., but like there was still a war and people were still fucking dying. Like, I don't know, man. You look at it through a different lens now and it's like, this is fucked up. Like there's a full scale war and these giant machines are just, it's not like they're just attacking Earth. You know, they're attacking Krogan. They're attacking everywhere. And that's what the unifying thing is. Like, we need to get together and defeat these things. It's not just about Earth, which is literally what the whole game's about. Because the first game starts out where it's like very much about humans becoming the first Spectre. Kind of comes full circle where it's like, this is a galaxy. And that's the only defense I have for the synthetic ending, but it's still bullshit because it's a cop-out. Like,
well, the synthetic ending was the only way to keep Edie, right?
Oh yeah, because all the Geth and Edie, and they all die. Yeah.
That was the only way that she would live.
Yeah, which is crazy. So, I just think it's going to be negative. I don't give a fuck. I have to say it. My only defense, or I guess negative, my biggest issue, I'm losing my mind here because I'm getting pissed. My biggest issue with the ending is that I don't even care if there's a good ending, if there's like a, you can't win here. Like there's literally life and death consequences. There doesn't have to be a winning scenario for the end of the game.
Yeah.
The problem is the biggest life and death scenario in the whole trilogy, Mass Effect 2, the suicide mission. you can get out of that with every single member living. And like, there's never been stakes like that. Like, to me, I still look back as that game as an example of being like, what are the biggest stakes in games you've ever played? Like, I remember the first time I was like, I bought the strategy guide. I'm like, I'm not having any of my fucking teammates die. Like,
well, it was cool to go from the first game of like having to make a choice.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't written into it to where this character is going to die surefire.
Right.
There is a character who is going to die. It is up to you to pick. So now we go into the second game, and it's like, I already went through that shit. That's not happening again.
Yeah.
And the game actually lets that happen, where it's like, we've already experienced that in the first one. Now let's experience like how much you've learned from this experience and like preparing for this whole like suicide mission.
Right.
And then the third game, it's just like,
Pick
well,
a color.
yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, let's.
Do you think I'm gonna let Joker not get out of here with his ride or die, bitch?
Right.
No.
But even then, like, your whole idea as a Spectre is like, you're not supposed to look past humanity. So people were like, oh, I think Tally would sacrifice her, or not Tally, I'm sorry. I think Edie would sacrifice herself if it means organics. It's bullshit. You shouldn't have to make that fucking choice. That's such a bullshit cop-out argument, dude. Like,
it's just, do you want genocide or do you not?
Yeah.
That's really all it is. After we went through this whole thing of getting to know Legion and understanding the Geth, it's like, do you just want to wipe them out?
And
do you just want to mass genocide?
Right. Like, that's not good. That's what you're fighting against. It sounds like the Reapers won, kind of.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me. Or you pick the synthetic ending where everybody gets together, and it's like, did the elusive man just win? Because it sure sounds like it.
Was indoctrinated.
The more I sit here and think about it, the more I'm like, that's the one that makes sense to me.
Been indoctrinated.
All of them.
That's what every single ending was terrible. But I mean, that's the only, and what's unfortunate is like, that's the conclusion we have to come to accept how dog shit that ending was.
You have to make up fan fiction, bro.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. You pick any other color, it's like, what, the aestheticist, it's like, it looks like the elusive man won. Or it looks like Saren won, right? Mm-hmm. You destroy everything, it's like, oh, it looks like the Reapers won. Like, there's no, I don't mind not having a winning scenario. Like, Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie because of the ending. I fuck with Last Jedi because of the ending. I don't need a happy ending. Even if they were just like, you know what, the Reapers are invincible and you're never going to beat them, great effort, I would have been like, man, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. But don't give me the freedom of, like, the illusion of choice. Like, you already took all my choices away from me. Why not just fucking shit on me?
Don't give me the illusion of choice and then make the choice the same.
Exactly.
Right? If we're going to bounce off of something similar that we were just talking about, like, you're at the end of Expedition 33 and you have a choice.
Yeah.
And those two choices are very different from each other.
Vastly.
They're very different, and both of those are awful.
Yes.
They're really good.
Right.
They're so good.
It changes everything.
Like, the culmination of that is like, this is not a good ending, but this is a really good ending for this game.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a nice little bow on the story.
It was a great narrative ending. Like, it's
Right.
not good in a sense of like a good or bad like moral compass thing, but it is a very good, well written, executed ending to a game in both sides. And neither of them gave me that illusion of choice. Like, I had a real choice. It was one or the other.
Right. So let me ask you this. And I think this is a weird, I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this. Because, like, if we look at a book, if we look at a movie.
We're going to talk about Mass Effect forever, dude. We're already an hour in.
Let me end with this. So, like, if we look at a book or a movie and, like, the ending sucks, does it ruin the whole thing for you? Because, like, for me, it can. It's different, though. Because the argument I've seen people is like, oh, it's about the journey, not the actual ending. I also didn't spend 100 fucking hours, 3 goddamn years, literally bonding with fake teammates. Like, it is completely different. That's an invalid fucking argument. I'm supposed to be defending this shit. It's hard, bro. We've already said this is hard. Like,
you have not been defending it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think this game, I think the context matters. So, like, for example, right, this game, the ending did not ruin. The ending didn't ruin the game. The ending ruined my trust in the entirety of this series.
Yeah.
But then you look at something like Indiana Jones, where you're just talking about it. The ending of Indiana Jones was dog shit, but I really liked the rest of the game.
Right.
So
it didn't ruin Indiana Jones for you.
No, it didn't ruin Indiana Jones because I also didn't go into that expecting something. Right. You go into a trilogy expecting like a grand, really good ending to like the wrap up of a trilogy, and that ending just basically, hey guys, everybody who's played the game for the last 3, like, I'm going to step right on your dick and you're going to like it. Yep. That's what it was.
Fuck you, you'll buy it. That's literally what it was.
So I think it doesn't matter in context.
And they've kind of pigeonholed themselves for the future. Like, if Mass Effect 4 ever comes out, which I still don't think it's going to.
It won't.
What are they going to do?
It won't. I mean, I did sit here and say the Dragon Age 4 wasn't going to come out, and it did, but like...
Eventually. It's not really Dragon Age 4. Fuck it, I'll say it. It's
Where's
a game.
EA getting their money?
Saudi money, bro. They got
They
Saudi
sell?
money. Yeah, they sold to Saudi.
You think they're gonna come out with Mass
They're gonna
Effect?
be like, wait, they're lesbian? No, whoa.
Whoa!
It's not even gonna be Mass Effect, dude. It's gonna have a shell. It's gonna be some fucking online co-op extraction shooter, and it's gonna have an N7 logo on it. And that's all it's gonna fucking be.
It's gonna be very.
You're gonna be like, keep the lesbian aliens away from each other. Matter of fact, all aliens, fuck that, because we don't like that shit either. It's gonna suck, and I'm not gonna want to support it.
Keep the lesbian aliens away from each other.
That's the thing, man. Like we lost Mass Effect, and this was the nail in the coffin.
Excuse you, but the Asari are non-binary.
You're not anymore.
And asexual.
not after Saudi Arabia hears about it. Sorry to our one Saudi Arabia listener. But yeah, my conclusion is, it's not about the end. It's the journey, right? But you've shat on my journey, and now my road's covered in shit.
Yeah, but you have to defend the game still.
I think it plays great. Like, the gameplay's fun. Shooting shit's really solid. The bot acts are cool.
You sound like Metal Jesus.
Every story aspect until the ending is not as bad as people make it out to be. That's my conclusion. Like, there's still some giant plot holes, and it gets rushed, but I think it's a good game. I don't think it's a bad game. People say it's a bad game. It's a good game. What about you? What game did you pick?
So, my game that I picked is actually a good game. But we're supposed to be talking about a game in a failed game series and defend it. I don't have to defend LA Noire. Apparently I do, because I didn't know the internet thought this game was shit.
Yeah, there's a weird fan discourse on this game. I told you why I think why.
You can tell me here in a second.
Yeah.
I was not aware that people disliked this game. But little bit of a reason of why I picked this. So this was developed by Team Bondi. Published by Rockstar. Okay? That's very important. The Rockstar part's very important. This came out in 2011. I remember when this game came out, and it was like one of the first 360 games that was on like 3 or 4 fucking discs. We were like, holy shit. I had a great time playing this game. I loved this game. It was amazing. It had critical reviews. It had critical success. It was it got awards. Like, it was a really successful game. But there came to be a lot of backlash about working conditions. So there were over 130 people who were not credited at the end of this game.
Damn.
And the game developers had to make a website to credit them. Like, not the developer studio, but like people who worked there was like, this is some bullshit. We're going to make a website and like give them their like justice. So they made like basically a fan-made but developer website.
It's fucked up.
Crediting all these people. And a lot of them were people who like got laid off, but they like still had they still worked on this and still had parts, and was like, this person still had a huge part of like the character models or whatever, but you fucking yanked them before the game came out and now like scrubbed their name from the game entirely.
It's fucked up.
So on top of that, with the poor working conditions of like, apparently the managers are fucking terrible, the working hours are fucking terrible, it got to the point where the International Game Developers Association said, we're investigating this company.
Damn.
They got that bad.
I didn't know about
so
all of this.
Because of all of this, Rockstar pulled out. Rockstar was like, we don't want anything to do with that. We don't want anything to do with your studio. Like, we published the game, but like, we don't want to tarnish our name by saying we work with companies who...
Yeah, we don't crunch here at Rockstar.
Yeah, right? We don't want to do that. So... So that crippled their relationship with Rockstar, and then Team Bondi could not find a publisher for their next game. They just couldn't find one. After all, like, they got smeared. So now nobody wanted to work with this publisher, even though the game they made was really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wanted to work with this developer as a publisher. So they sold. They sold to Kennedy Miller Mitchell, which is a film studio that is known for Mad Max.
Interesting.
So when they bought them, they wanted them to make a game to go in line with Happy Feet, because they made Happy Feet. I don't know how the fucking studio who releases Mad Max... This literally was Happy Feet, and the next movie they came out with was Mad Max Fury Road.
It's badass. It's like Animal Crossing and Doom, bro.
So they were going to... they bought the studio, and they were going to be like, all right, you guys are going to start working on like a game for Happy Feet. But... the guy who started Team Bondi, I don't remember his full name, but his name is Mick Namara. Mick, not like Mick and then Namara, it's like MC Namara. That's his last name.
Huh.
Mick Namara, but it sounds like a full name.
It. You know,
Mick Namara. So he's the one who made this whole thing, right? So he was trying to present his second game, which was supposed to be a spiritual successor to LA Noire.
Nice.
And they were going to fund it. They were going to fund it as like a game studio. But it got horrible backlash due to the fact that the title included a racial slur for the Asian community, and a lot of people did not like that, which I will not repeat on here. If you want to go look it up, you can go look it up.
Do you have in your notes?
No.
I'm curious. All right, I'll look it up. I'll look it up because I'm curious. What the fuck were they thinking?
Well,
honestly, they weren't.
it's one of those things where, like, I don't want to sit here and, like, educate people and like, do your own research. But, like, when a community tells you this is a slur, it's a slur. Yeah. You don't get to tell them, no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. So it's a word that a lot of people would be like, well, that's just a normal word. It's not. Okay, if the Asian community says it's a racial slur, it's a racial slur. I'm sorry. Like, you don't get to say otherwise. So they got a lot of backlash with that. That project ended up falling through and getting canceled.
Found it.
Yep. And then so McNamara made another studio, and then he somehow linked back up with Rockstar. And he said he was working on a VR LA Noire, which ended up being a VR GTA. So he ended up saying, we're going to make a VA or a VR LA Noire, and it came out, it was actually VR GTA. That also got canceled. So, like, everything got canceled. So the LA Noire IP is now in hell. It's in hell because all of the intellectual property rights of Team Bondi sold to the film company, but they're not going to fucking do anything with it, which would be disappointing because they could make a cool film out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude.
But if you don't know what LA Noire is an open world game set in Los Angeles in 1947, where you're a detective and, like, you go through a bunch of different departments. So you start out as, like, a patrol officer, and then you go to homicide, maybe. Yeah. The last one you end up in is arson. I do remember. And the story is divided into cases, which is like you look for clues, you follow up, you go investigate people. That's where the open world is, where you can, like, travel around and, like, follow these leads or whatnot. Find the witnesses, and depending on how you do inside of these, the successes is how much information you're given or if you've solved the case or not. And you have an overall rating. It's got chase sequences, it's got gunfights, and then outside of that there's, like, optional street crimes, kind of like in Spider-Man, where it's like you just swing around and you just beat dudes up. Like, there's just street crimes that happen, so you can go do those, and then there's, like, collectible items. But this game's narrative is really good.
It's fire.
The writing in the game is really good. It's just incredibly disappointing that a game this successful died because of the studio was absolute dog shit.
So I didn't know any of that. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So my whole theory was, because I remember when this game came out, critically it was, like, applauded, and then the user reviews were like, ugh. And I was like, what the fuck? And I think people just wanted it to be like 1940s, 50s GTA because they saw the Rockstar logo. But, like, the game's so much more than that. Like, my favorite thing about just the gameplay is, like, the facial shit that they do with the technology.
They did, like,
so
real,
crazy
like,
for back then.
I think at the time it was, like, mocap facial technology that got them, like, on the map in a lot of places.
I remember playing it and just being like, I think he's lying because the way he fucking, like, looked up at some kind of shit. Like, this is 360 PS3 era again. Yeah. Like, they didn't have shit like that back then.
Right, like, you really are using, like, context clues, and, like, you're questioning people and you're seeing their reactions and their body language, and they're utilizing that in the game to be like, this guy's body language, he looks a little nervous, but,
he's
like,
rocking and shit, you're like, oh, he's nervous.
Yeah, but you can't do that with a character model that's just like, right? You know? Yeah. So it's a really good game. And if you've never played it, I really suggest it. Don't play it on the Switch because it's fucking awful. They made, like, a remastered version or whatever came out, and I've been meaning to pick it up because I gameflied this one.
Oh,
if that tells you. I somehow gameflied and beat this before I had to return it.
Nice.
So this is a game I gameflied. So I've never actually owned it, but I'm looking for the PS4 one.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Yeah, it's a good game, man. It's different. I think that's the only reason why people didn't like it, is because it didn't fit their preconceived notion. But, like, I don't know, read the back of the fucking box, bro.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I never realized people didn't like this game.
Yeah, it's weird. I think now it's got a different viewpoint than when it did at launch, for sure. I think it's kind of softened up a little bit now that people know what to expect. I don't know how the remaster sold. I know I got the Switch version for $12 brand new. So I don't know if it sold great or not.
It's terrible.
But also, yeah, I bought it knowing how bad it's supposed to be too. I have it on Xbox.
It has DLC on it, right?
Oh, it's got everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I really liked it. It wasn't like... I think it all does come full circle at the very end. Mm-hmm. But it is very almost like an anthology where you're playing, like, this case and then this case and then this case. And then there's things that happen in between that do link together.
Right.
But
it's like a year, spanning years too. It's not just like, oh, last week when this happened. Like it's years of your like whole career.
It's a really good detective game, and honestly, I don't know if there's been a detective game since that's been like this.
I think the closest we've got is like Wolf Among Us from Telltale, but I was getting ready to say this feels like Telltale on steroids. Like it's the next step because you actually get to control shit. But like your choices and your fuck ups all matter. Like you can't just be like, let me load my save. Like you can, sure, but if you say the wrong person's guilty or whatever, there's consequences. Like, it's cool. Yeah, it's the closest we've got to, like, an interactive TV show.
It's a really, really good interactive detective game.
Yeah.
I think something like this, nobody wants to touch the 10-foot pole right now just because of how we socially view police.
Yeah.
But it just, like, I love the puzzle aspects of these kinds of things. And, like, being able to, like, here are the clues, like, all of that kind of stuff built into a game where it's, like, you might not find them and, like, you're going to pay for it. It doesn't hand me all those clues.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, so this game was really...
You have to do the work, for sure. Like, if you don't do your job, you're going to fucking fail.
This game was really good. And I highly recommend it to anybody who's never played this game.
I want to play the remaster. I installed it to get the footage for this, and I'm like kind of cheesing to be like, damn, I don't think I can finish it before Resident Evil comes out, but it's a good game, and it's one I've only played once. I've never played it like all the way through in one setting. I was at a weird point in my life when this game came out. I was seeing this girl, and we were playing it together. We made bad decisions and stuff. I ended up leaving her, lost my game in the process, ended up buying the game again. A different girl I was seeing was like, oh, you have LA Noire? And I was like, yeah. Like, oh, you've already been playing it? It was awkward. So, like,
what the
fuck? Yeah. I was young. I was like, 21, I think, when this shit came out.
I was single.
Young and dumb, bro. But I have the remaster. I want to check this out so bad, man, because it's a good game.
I'm actually curious.
But it was in pieces, you know? It wasn't like a straight playthrough.
I'm curious. LA Noire versus original. It's remastered?
I think it's just called LA Noire, so it's even more confusing. I don't think it's called like, let me look. But I think they did clean up the graphics and shit. There's multiple versions of the 360 and PS3, interesting.
Oh, they've changed a little bit. So it says that the main difference is how interrogation responses are labeled. So the original, it's truth, doubt, or lie, and then the new one is good cop, bad cop, accuse.
Oh no, they took the press X for doubt meme away? That's crazy.
It's locked to 30 frames per second for the facial features. And I think it's upscaled, like resolution.
Yeah.
I think it's got better textures than stuff.
Definitely looks better.
But I'm not registering... Oh, Steam doesn't even have the remaster version anymore.
Really? What the fuck's LA Noire VR case files?
Or it wasn't on there.
Did they make the VR version, or did it get canceled?
No, that's what he said they were working on, and it was the GTA one that got canceled.
Huh. Damn, there's a lot of versions of this fucking game. I didn't realize there's so many.
There is all the previous DLCs, including the console's car case, which is a PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the Switch version has Joy-Con motion controls and shit. But I have heard that the Switch one is bad.
That's why I got it.
It's also not on the it's not on the cartridge.
Yeah, it's a download.
Yeah, so the LA Noire one for you collectors, because we always roll back to being a collecting podcast. LA Noire on the Switch is a cartridge. It's just a plastic piece.
Yeah.
So it's gonna turn into nothing once they
can't
stop.
use it as a pizza cutter.
Yeah.
You just gotta lick it. It's horrible.
Well, no, if you get if you get a couple of the cartridges and put them together, you can make... Oh, shit, you can't even make the, like, little pizzas. What's the pizza thing
separator?
that they put in the middle?
Yeah, for the lid.
Yeah. You can do that. You can make a little star so you can put it in the middle of your pizza so the lid doesn't slap on your pizza top. All right,
so it serves its purpose.
Yeah,
Sick.
you can do something with it.
Future thumbnail.
You can lick it a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's anti-breath mitt. It's like tastes like shit.
Glue it to a stick. It's a little sucker.
Oh God, that'd be horrible. Oh.
How many licks does it take?
You ever lick one of them things?
Yeah.
Every Switch game I got, I was like, minus the used ones. I ain't doing it to the used ones. I don't know.
Oh no. What game was it? I think it was Let's Go Pikachu that I got. I think it was like because I got the Switch, and I think it was the first like new game that I bought, and I'm like, I'm licking it. Yeah. It was disgusting.
It's so bad.
But I've heard they taste different.
Yeah, there's some that are definitely. I think the Nintendo ones taste the worst. The third-party ones, I don't know if they're just making them somewhere else.
Interesting.
Or what. Just from my experience, there's been some I've had that's been exquisitely 10 out of 10. Like, I need to spit this out of my mouth. And there's some that have been like, it's not good, but I could like tolerate it. You know.
Interesting.
I don't remember. I think it was Mario Party. That one was like so fucking bitter.
It just kind of sucks because you can't.
I can taste it now.
You can't take a Nintendo Switch cartridge and like. Oh, I guess we could cut it in half. And be like, you get one lick and I get the other.
Oh, dude, yeah.
All right, if we find a Switch game for $5 new sealed, we have to do this.
Deal.
All right.
I think there's one at Target for like $7. I'll go grab it.
It has to be dog shit. It can't be a game that we actually want to play.
Oh no, it's some bullshit like fucking micro fucking download on a card bullshit. It's on sale for $7, bro. I want to say it's like a
still
fucking
too much.
Yeah, science. It's funding
for
science,
the content.
bro. Funding science.
Yeah, but we need multiple, right? Because if we're going to test whether or not the cartridges taste the same, we need
different
multiple
developers.
samples. Yeah.
Y'all should donate.
It must be sealed.
Science, bro. We got time for another one, or we?
Hell no, we ain't got time for another one.
Damn, I was gonna defend Fallout 76 because I do hate myself. maybe later.
I wouldn't consider that dead though. I mean, we can talk about it real quick, but like Fallout 76 is not a dead franchise.
It's
just not a dead game.
It's kind of the black sheep, and that's the thing. Like it should have been. It launched horribly. It didn't fucking work. I even was the sucker that bought 2 editions of it, the strategy guide, all this shit, and was like, Sherry, this is what we're playing. This is our life now. I remember booting up and it just being a broken fucking mess, and I was like, this is still Bethesda before the.
I don't think
the
that
asterisk.
one qualifies. Fallout's not a dead series.
No, it's not a dead series. It just.
And you did clarify dead series.
Right. It had a really bad black eye, and it's recovered nicely. It was going to be like the happy note for the end of this, and be like, don't give up on games. Unless, like Highguard's getting gave up on. But,
I already said my piece about that shit.
Yep. Website
and if you're curious, you can come into the Discord.
Yeah, jump in there and run a match with me.
See what I have to say about.
But yeah, Fallout 76 recovered nicely. They actually listened to fan feedback and fixed their game. Like sometimes you got to give these guys a chance, especially when it's an online game. But they did a lot of work to make it fun now. I'll defend Fallout 76. Yeah, but they had
the money to do that.
Exactly. That's the thing.
That's the difference.
Yep.
The same thing happened with Elder Scrolls Online.
Yep.
That thing launched like when terrible.
Oh yeah.
I was in pissed when that came out.
Same. Now it's a good game, but that's the thing.
It's great now. Mm-hmm. I remember when 150 was a level cap.
Yeah, dude. I remember just gathering fucking iron ignites. That was my job because it's all I had. It's all I could do to do anything in that game.
Or when you couldn't. All of the races were locked to factions.
I had the Imperial Edition, and I was like, I don't want to be an Imperial, goddammit.
Yeah, I think the one that I wanted to play, or I don't remember what race I wanted to play, but whatever I wanted to play was part of the faction that I did not want to be in. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Khajiits, and I was like, why are they together? This doesn't make any fucking sense anymore. Yeah, what a mess.
Now it's open. Now they learned.
They fixed their fucking game.
Because then I believe
there's still time, BioWare.
Because then if you weren't in the same faction as a friend, you could not play with them.
Yep, I remember that shit. I had 2 characters just to play with my roommate at the time.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Man, fuck this game," and I was like, "I was kind of thinking it."
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
I ended up finishing that solo.
Damn.
Because the friend I wanted to play with was like, we didn't know that until after we started.
Damn.
So we were trying to figure out how to play with each other in 2 different factions, and we're like, why is it not working? I don't understand.
Damn.
It was some bullshit, bro. Whoever made that decision and thought it was a good idea was terrible.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
But anyways, they had the money to come back from that is the point.
Basically, if you're a loaded developer like, EA or BioWare with that Saudi oil money, you can still fix your game. There's still time to fix the Mass Effect 3 ending. Just saying. Do it. Please. Fix it. That's how I'm going to end this.
It's too far gone, dude. It's too far gone.
This was just a long wrapped around.
They did. The Mass Effect ending to be fixed is the fucking trailer of Mass Effect 4 we got 30 years ago.
That we're never getting. Yeah, I was like, look, they're alive. They're not. They don't have green in their eyes. Wait, where's Edie? Oh shit. That's what I got. That's what I got from the trailer. But what do you guys think? Is there any games out there that you would defend that are smited and insulted and shit on constantly? Let me know in the comments, because this was a tough one. I had genuine curiosity on that, because this was not an easy one, as I did a horrible job defending Mass Effect 3, as you can tell from what you just listened to.
I might have steered you down the path.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong, it was always there. My notes...
No, I just mean I steered you down the path in the episode.
If I showed you my notes, it's so fucking funny. It's literally like, this is good, and then it's like 2 paragraphs down. It's like, yeah, but fuck this because of this. Like, I tried really hard. It just, I gotta be honest with y'all. It is what it is. But hey, if you enjoyed this, give us a like, listen, follow on YouTube and or all social media, anywhere you find podcast. Barry, what's next? Oh.
Bryan, what's next?
I'm picking a game next. Shit. Next up, I wanted to pick an original Xbox game because, that's how I am, even though this is also available on PS2. But,
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Significantly cheaper on the PS2.
I'm sorry. I'm just remembering that we changed the schedule.
Oh, yeah. It's, this thing's been a year already, alright, y'all?
We switched the schedule around a little bit.
It's been a year,
Thanks,
okay?
Bryan's job.
Dude. It's been a year. Futurama is what we're picking. Yeah, the Xbox version's like ungodly expensive, and I wanted to see if it's a good game. I know, obviously, Futurama people. I know this is a weird collectible piece too, because it has like lost episodes on the disc. So like DVD collectors were after this for a really long time.
Is it on the PlayStation 2 one also?
I think so. Yeah, but I don't know why. The one that actually people use as a DVD player. But this is an interesting game from a collectible standpoint. We'll see if the game's any good. I've never played it, so we will see. Do you like Futurama?
I recently just got introduced to Futurama, so...
It's one that I've watched here and there, because it's been on and off the air so often, Like, I watched it a little bit. I definitely prefer it over, like, Simpsons. I think it's actually funny for starters.
I think The Simpsons... Whoa. You don't think The Simpsons is funny?
I don't care for The Simpsons at all.
Oh my god, you have no sense of humor.
I have a great sense of humor. But, stay oppressed, gamers. Break that glass ceiling. Batman Beyond. Bye.
See ya. Collecti-Bros out.
Out. Logging out.